Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with Marvel Rivals, and we have a lot to get into in this video. We are going to go through everything we know so far about season 2 and season 3. A lot of leaks have come out about Marvel Rivals that gives us a huge indication of what we will be getting in season 2 and also in season 3 and beyond. The lore has expanded quite a bit. The leaks have kind of correlated a lot of the information that we're getting in the lore. So if we tend to put all of this together, we can probably anticipate what characters and what we will be getting in future seasons. I'm super excited that we are going to be getting the Hellfire Gala. We are going to be getting an X-Men themed, obviously, season. We know we are getting Blade, but I wanted to put a lot of this into context because a lot of it does add up to the recent leaks that we got, and leaks that we got in January and February. Like, we know that we were having a team around the Hellfire Club. This was released with a lot of other teams out there that became true within the game over the last couple of weeks and throughout season 1 as well. And within the lore, we got a lot of confirmation about the X-Men and what potentially we will be getting in season 2. If we take a closer look at that in the lore, Doom defeats Dracula fighting against another Doom, and he goes on to say, but look, he's not the only Doom with grand plans in motion, and while he may have ended this round with a win, I will soon prove to him that he is mere glimmer of a man he is destined to become. Now, if you excuse me, Doom has a gala to attend. So with the Hellfire Gala, that theme, it seems like season 2 is going to be, or at least the first half of season 2 is going to be about the Hellfire Club, the Hellfire Gala. And with that being said, it means X-Men. You cannot have the Hellfire Club and the Hellfire Gala without the X-Men as a whole, which leads me into this conversation with NetEase, one of the directors, Q, and IGN. A while back, a lot of these characters were leaked within the game files, and a lot of people thought they were getting trolled, but they went on to say with IGN that if they could have a 10-year plan, it'd be great. But the team experimented with a lot of playstyles and heroes. It was like there was someone doing scratch paperwork and then just left a notebook there, and someone, a data miner, decided to open it with no context. They pushed a little bit, asking point blank, are they deliberately trolling people? Q replied, no, they would rather develop the game than troll people. Now, a lot of these characters, 90% of them, were X-Men characters, and you can take a look at them right here. We have Angela, which is a little bit outside there, but we have Beast, Colossus, Cyclops, Professor X, Jean Grey, Rogue, Nightcrawler, and we also get Deadpool, which is part of the X-Men, and Gambit and Jubilee. We also have MODOK in there. We also have other characters like Blade, Jia Zhang, Ultron, Valkyrie, which I'll get onto as well, because Ultron was one of the top leaks that we got very early on in the game before any lore went out. We also have Emma Frost, and Emma Frost is one of the front runners to be having in season 2 alongside Blade. And with that being said, with Emma Frost, with the Hellfire Gala, team skins that are in there with Scarlet Witch, it seems like it's only right to get one of these characters. And then to go to the comments about NetEase saying there was just scratch paperwork, we have leaked abilities for these characters, which tells me that these characters were definitely flushed out. They were tried and tested. There's abilities around these characters. They've been used within the game. They just didn't meet the first roster that came to the game. And obviously having the Fantastic Four for season 1. So they were pushed down the line a little bit. We move on to even talk a little bit more about the lore in the game. So we put these pieces together about Adam Warlock. In his lore, it says, suddenly a burst of cosmic fire erupted through the heavens, producing a flash so brilliant that it permeated the walls of my cocoon. The light lasted only a second, but its unusual shape forever burned into my mind. A majestic bird, its flaming wings spanning the cosmos, which is going to be the Phoenix. Now, if we get Emma Frost, and the tease character throughout the Hellfire Gala sequence might just be the Phoenix, and we might have her segue into season 3. So just to remind everybody that, you know, NetEase said it will be a 2-character season going from season 1, because they had to have the Fantastic Four be in its own season. You can't just split that up. This is why we get season 1.5. So it feels like 2 seasons in one. We also have Jean Grey and the Phoenix abilities as well, which tells me that this character was tried and tested within the game, not just a scratch piece of paperwork that was left there and oh, maybe we'll get these characters in. They were tried and tested in the game, and it seems like they set them within the pillars of the game. Other characters that we had leaked as well, like Jubilee, a lot of her abilities were leaked as well. So it seems like she could come at some point down the line. Whether that might be in future seasons, I think she will be mentioned a little bit more in the lore due to the Hellfire Gala and when we get Emma Frost. Also Rogue. Obviously we have other X-Men in the game as well, which have close ties with Rogue, Wolverine, obviously Magneto. Huge story behind Rogue and Magneto and the Hellfire Gala as well. Another big one is Gambit. So with Rogue, Gambit, obviously Wolverine, they all are within the same lore, the same comic books, everything like that. So it's very easily to tie all these characters together, or at least have some mention of them within the gallery cards, within the lore of the game, especially since more characters will have their lore updated as the game progresses through its story and its multiverse saga that we're going through right now. But it just makes sense since these characters were leaked, their abilities are in the game, so at some point these characters were tested out, just didn't make the final cut. Another huge character that is within there as well is Ultron. He was leaked very early on since the game released, actually like within the first month of the game being released. Ultron was one of the characters that were touted to be within season 2. Seems like they went down a different angle, but we might get Ultron as that maybe teased hero as well, or teased villain should I say, but I'm not too sure. He's also had lines within the game about Tony Stark and basically the Age of Ultron kind of set up within there as well, so I'm not 100% sure where Ultron might fit in, whether he might be a teased character or just a big bad that we'll get further down the line. But recently we did have some leaks in the recent lore that we had, which was in the latest season. It basically says that the year that followed, there's been a blur, heroes fighting dooms, vampires, and then killer robots. It's been a wild ride, and then it keeps going on. So, you know, Galactica's story is talking about killer robots, which could be a hint at Ultron at some point. So we're trying to put all this together. And especially with the Clintar map, we know we're getting a Roka, we know we're getting obviously Krakoa within there as well, but we have leaked lines from Angela as well, so whether or not she will fit in season 3, which kind of gives all the brothers and sisters of Asgard in there, Odin's kids are going to be in there, but there's lines about Angela being on Clintar as well, so it seems like she might be a season 3 hero, or at least at the end of it. We also had leaked lines with Spider-Man and Deadpool. I honestly think Deadpool might be season 4, and they might go from that cosmic realm, even though the whole game is cosmic, but bring it to New York or something like that. There's been concepts of Deadpool being pushed out as well, which looks absolutely amazing. He would be a great duelist, but people are really backing Deadpool to be a Vanguard due to his healing factor. I'm not too sure how that might play out, but it'd be pretty cool to see Deadpool in the game. He's one of the most favorite Marvel superheroes of all time, especially with the recent movies that were coming out with Ryan Reynolds. We also have MODOK that is in there as well, which looks pretty cool, so it'd be nice to see him as a big bad, which would be great for the X-Men and also with the Avengers, because we do know we are getting an Avengers team at some point, and Deadpool was a part of the Avengers. We also have Captain Marvel, her lines linked to Clintar as well. So all in all, we know we're getting a new Celestial map, we know we're getting Krakoa, we know we're getting a Roko, we know we're getting the Hellfire Gala. So it just makes sense that season 2 is going to be an X-Men themed season. Season 3 is going to be a little bit more cosmic with Clintar and also the Celestial remains. So we do know that they are the maps that we're going to be getting. So having the likes of Captain Marvel and the Phoenix all being kind of linked together within that path does really make sense, especially if it's that more cosmic style that we'll be getting in season 3, and who knows what we'll be getting in season 4. My big kind of thinking is that it's going to be possibly Deadpool and MODOK that we'll be getting in season 4. I think maybe Angela will be leaked at some point with Thor and Loki and Hela. for season 3. And at some point then it will segue back into a more grounded storyline in New York about Deadpool, about MODOK, and maybe the Red Hood and other characters that will be in there. I'm not 100% sure in all of this, but I feel like that's how it's all lining up. But my question is for you guys, what do you think about all of this information? Since we have the latest lore that indicates the Hellfire Gala, we have leaked voice lines, we know what direction season 2 is going to take. Do you really think we're going to get, obviously, Emma Frost as the character alongside Blade? And with the lore about the Phoenix and Adam Warlock, do you think potentially we will be getting, obviously, the hints about the Phoenix and Jean Grey, and she will then be the lead in season 3 and moving on to the kind of Celestial Remains and Clintar? That's how I see it all lining out. Let me know down in the comments what you think of all of this. But guys, that is all from me, and I will catch you on the next one.